Hi, this is Deb Lambert of Corliss Bros. We're here today at the site of a tree which is a victim of over-mulching, and this is a very common problem. It's a common problem sometimes amongst landscapers, sometimes amongst homeowners, but it is something that definitely needs to be addressed when we do find it. And we're here today to take a closer look at this beautiful birch. Obviously it's still doing fairly well, so we seem to be here just in time. And we're going to take a look at what over-mulching and what is sometimes referred to as mulch mounds or mulch volcanoes in some cases, what happens when that occurs and when this is accumulated over a period of time. And so what we're going to be doing today is pulling away this deep layer of mulch and evidently some soil in there as well that's been accumulating over a period of time, because over a period of time this will result in damage to the tree. It essentially is girdling the tree, and anytime you girdle a tree, you end up with problems beyond that, which may include insect activity under the cover of the wetness and the dark areas that we're looking at here. You will find the bark beetles, borers, many fungus problems will get going as well. And so we need to dig down a little bit and see exactly what's going on. We need to remove what I'm finding is an accumulation of soil that's been mounded up around it, as well as bark mulch. So we need to get to the bottom of this, if you will, and see exactly what's going on here and see if indeed there are any problems associated with this accumulation. You can see that the bark is sloughing off. It's a natural occurrence to a degree, but if it does it to an extreme and gets down to the inner wood, then we are definitely looking at problems down the road. So we're going to pull some of this away, and we'll show you as we've digging down here exactly what we're finding, and we'll come right back to this once we've removed some of this material. Well, as you can see, we've cleared away the majority of the soil that was up on top, the old bark mulch. It was an accumulation. It was definitely a combination of edging and the soil being thrown up here, and also some more mulch being established on top of that, and that was the problem. We literally went down, this is my 7-inch measure here. Now I literally went down about 8 inches before we hit the major roots, and we do find the root flare. You want to see that nice flare at the bottom of the trunk where it flares into the root. That should be visible. This tree was planted properly initially, so that is the good news. The other good news is that it has not been going on that long for this tree to have been severely affected. We found no insect activity, no disease activity. Everything looks good and clean. So that is absolutely what the outcome we were looking for and hoping for, expecting the best, hoping for the best. Now, what will happen is some of these little roots will start to pop up. So simply all you need to do is to go down and snip them back in a couple of spots and take them out of there. These are little roots that have curved back up looking for the moisture, and if you snip them off, it won't hurt the tree at all. They're just some little extra roots that have formed only because of that heavy wet layer. So we do want to maybe take those out. The next step, of course, is going to be to come in. Now that we have established that the tree looks sound and clean and firm, we're ready to come back with some nice dark bark from Coast of Maine and do a little bit of mulching here and finish this job up. But I think this is going to be a healthy, happy tree for many years to come. Well, we're back, and we have our wonderful Coast of Maine dark bark here. It's a great blend of pine, spruce, and composted aspen, and it is just the best colored mix too. It literally goes with any plant material that you're using it on. I have a great objection to this orange mulch that we see so widely used. It's actually a dyed fiber, a dyed wood fiber, and when we have something rich and beautiful like this dark bark that we can put around the plants and not worry about the dyes that they treat some of these fibers and barks with nowadays. It's a safer thing for the environment. It's a better look altogether. If you've ever seen, especially in the shopping centers and all, you see some of this stuff piled up, and it literally is a wood fiber. It's splintery orange color and fades over time. This does not. And this keeps that beautiful, rich color, and it's just crumbly and wonderful. And it's the thing that you want, the nice, rich mulch that you want. Now, we don't want to over-mulch when we're mulching. We've already been in that situation with this poor tree. It's looking great, so we just want to put a light layer of maybe a couple of inches or so is going to be fine. What we don't want to do is have any of the bark touching the bark of the tree. So we want to keep a clear space of about a couple of inches where you can actually see the soil right around there. And from then on, we're going to taper down. So we're going to average about a couple of inches, not more than 3 certainly. 2 is probably going to be about where we'll end up. We're just going to continue to spread this out in this area. And it's a nice finishing touch, a nice dark look that so many people are liking these days in their gardens as well. And it breaks down. As it breaks down, of course, it starts to add organic matter to the soil, which is great. It encourages the microbial activity in the soil. You get the beneficial organisms loving this and working. Any area that you have mulched with mulch like this, you will find that you have a presence of earthworms. I have some of this myself at home, and every time I dig down to plant an annual, I will find that I have it just absolutely teeming with earthworms, and it's a great product for that too. So it's all about feeding the plant, but it's also about nourishing the soil and in turn feeding the plant. And anytime we're using these valuable organics like this, Coast of Maine dark bark, we will find the benefits, we will reap the benefits in years to come. And this poor tree that's been under such stress is now going to be able to turn around and really do well. Take some more of this bark and just keep spreading it around here. We get a nice even layer, and then smooth it all out. And don't worry when you first put it down, if you get it up near, a little too near the tree, you can always move it back afterwards. But that's what we want to get in there with perhaps our little rake and just kind of spread it around till you get a nice even layer of it. And like I say, we're looking for a couple of inches, and that should be just fine. There's already a nice edge to this bed, so we don't want to disrupt that as we spread. The same microorganisms that break down your compost, that get in there and break down bark. When we find bark, like especially the aspen bark in here that's partially composted, well, those same organisms that broke it down in the first place, guess what? They drop down into your soil and they continue working, giving you a more open, loose, more fertile soil base for your plants. So it's all good when it comes to the organics. That's why we always talk about organic fertilizers and these wonderful mulches that do all of that. The Coast of Maine, of course, they have the great compost peat blends and the lobster compost and all the different materials that they produce. They just, all from nature. It's all about working with nature when it comes to all of this. And I think that's starting to look pretty well. I really don't think we even need the rest of that little bit there. We don't want to get into that over-mulching situation. We've got it pretty clear. One spot there maybe. Take it back. And I'm thinking that tree's looking a lot happier. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty happy with the way this is. Let's get rid of the footprints. The way this tree is looking. I think it's going to be healthy and happy, like I say, hopefully for many, many years to come. It's a gorgeous clump birch, and we think that from now on it's going to be a happy clump birch as well.